working on it. Going to the gym. Good morning, good morning. Here we are back at the gym again. Gonna get on this today. I think I might be on here for less than a minute because it has been a while since I worked out. Since Professor Steve had his motorcycle accident back in August, I'm sorry. I haven't been doing any real working out. I do stretch. I'm not even messing with this, I don't think. I do stretch. This I'm going to be using. And throw kicks and, just go over some techniques by myself. But, okay, this is the first order of business. I think I probably should go off camera. All right, I'm going to leave this at the 150 mark. And, okay. Oh, all right. That looks about right, right? Okay, what does that say? Right. Okay, I just want to look at the bathroom today, see if maybe that was just a bad dream I had when I came here yesterday. All right. This is much better. Okay. Still gonna use the bathroom at home. Jesus, people don't know how to flush this toilet in this bathroom. Okay. Oh my God. I killed the light. Alright. Okay. I'm gonna start get myself ready. Put my gi top on and stuff. And do a little working out. Or not. The reason why I took a picture of the scale is because as close as I am to it, I really can't see what it says. So I'm gonna blow the picture up.
myself.
No, you can use
stretch. I just need to stretch. I don't need nothing. I need to stretch here.
Oh, okay.
Be very, very careful with that stretch, my darling. That's a tricky one on those knees, yeah? Be very careful. I'm a trainer, so I just want you to be very, this is the first place we start to feel it. So just be delicate on your knees so you can keep dancing till you're 108. Right? That's what you want.
Have a wonderful
You
day.
too, sweetie. Take care.
All right. You're a trainer. You're a trainer. You know that I've been training for decades and teaching for decades. So good. I'm by myself, y'all. Ooh, ooh. I'm by myself, y'all. All right. So, get my workout on. All right. I'm good and flexible. I don't even know if the camera's gonna keep up, hold up, because it's been acting a little flaky, and this is the new phone. Okay. Yeah, okay. I tell you guys, when I'm filming, when I'm doing something like this, I can see the light from the phone from here. I can't even see myself, you know, and I know that the red should be contrasting against the background, but anyway, I brought my Ambitech mobility cane here. And I just want to go over some basics. I mean, I have not, like I said, really worked out at all for, it's going to be a year soon, actually. So, I think I'm going to just start working on some basics. I have to go back to the basics. So I'm going to go into what's going to look to you like a left front stance, but it's really my right front stance. Now what I'm going to be working on is balance. I know that my balance sucks, and being visually impaired, it's really good to have good balance and good reflexes. So by the numbers, I'm going to do the front kick. 1, being in chamber, hold my balance. 2, extend the kick. 3, bring it back into chamber. And 4, back into my left front stance for you, right front stance for me. I'm going to do that maybe twice on each leg. So this is the second one. 1. And you can do this with me if you want to learn it to help your balance. 2, extend the kick. 3, bring it back into chamber, holding it, holding your balance. And 4, back into your left front stance, my right front stance. And then I'm going to switch. Now I'm going to do the same thing in my left front stance, your right front stance. 1, whoo. Let's try that again. Tell you my balance is not, I need to work on it. 1, 2, extend the kick. 3, bring the kick back into chamber. And 4, back into your right front stance. 1, bring the kick up into chamber. Oh my God. 1, 2, extend the kick. Oh. Every time I mess up, I go back to my original position until I get it right all the way through. 1. So this second try on this leg is taking longer than it should. 2, extend the kick. 3, bring it back into chamber. 4, back to my left front stance, your right front stance. Now I'm going to switch. And I'm going to do it by the numbers. I'm going to, on 1, it's going to be bring it up in the chamber and extend the kick. 2 is going to be back in the chamber. And 3 is going to be back to my original position. Okay. On the 3 count, chamber, extend the kick and hold it. Try that again. 1, 2, and back into my left front stance, your left front stance. Okay, you know, I giggled a little bit because I remember when I was training, you know, in the dojo, teaching the children when to switch, teaching the kids, I would tell them when they were doing balance practice to imagine that the foot that's on the ground is standing on a glass, a drinking glass, and that glass is standing on a plank of wood, and that plank of wood is being balanced between 2 buildings. So once you're up, 1, whoop, bam, I fell off the wood. So you gotta hit it, you gotta nail it. 1, you don't want to fall off that glass. And this is the second time I fell off of mine. 1, 1, Jesus. 1, I'm standing on my glass on top of the plank of wood that's suspended between 2 buildings and endless air beneath me. 2, oh! All right, 1, whoa, 1, 1, 1. I can't. You know, I gotta work on this left leg. I have to work on my balance. I have to work really hard. I have to work a lot on my balance. I haven't done any balance exercises in a really long time. And as a martial artist, I believe that balance is not only important to have on a physical level so that you don't fall off that cup of water, tumbling through the sky, plummeting to your demise, but balance can also affect you on other levels of being. Balance can affect you spiritually. If you are not sure if there's God,
if you believe in this God, but say that this God is good and this one sounds good, or if you are being hypocritical about your way of life, maybe going to church every Sunday and and then not even Monday morning, but Sunday night after church, you sitting in the yard, drinking the beer, smoking a cigarette, weed, whatever it is, or going to see your boo and you're not married, So you got balance on a spiritual level in that nature. You have to be able to, in addition to controlling your balance physically, you got to be able to control that. You control that. And being able to control your balance spiritually, making a choice, standing on your beliefs, being true to yourself, walk your talk. But you also have to be able to control your balance emotionally. And a fun thing I used to do with the kids, God, I tell you, I came yesterday when I was here at the dojo. I'm going to go back at the dojo. Well, it's my dojo now. Yesterday when I came here, after I shut the camera off, I had a total meltdown. I stood right there, and I just started. It just erupted, uncontrollable. I sucked it up, after I let it fall. But I don't believe that you should. There's a balance. There's a time to suck it up and control it, and there's a time to let it go. I'm going back to what I was talking about emotionally, because I used to teach the kids, and this is the reason why I had the meltdown, was because I imagined myself beginning to work out here by myself, and I felt a tremendous loss in missing the children and adults and friends and family of my dojo and my karate system. And here I am, stranger in a strange land, and I hear people. Anyway, okay. I used to tell kids in the dojo, I used to test them out and doing fun things with them to teach them how to control their emotions. Like, for example, self-control in general, controlling yourself on different levels requires for you to have some kind of mental focus. And we used to do stuff like I would make them stand still for 1 minute. Don't move anything. Don't move your hands, don't move your feet. Don't move your knees, don't move your head. If your sweat is dripping, don't wipe your sweat. Just look straight ahead. If I'm standing in front of you, you can look at me. But if I'm over there, your eyes should still be straight ahead. I don't want to see no fingers moving, nobody playing with their clothes. And you won't be surprised. Once you put somebody on the spot, you think the kids will do worse. The adults are horrible at first at this game. Because, people's tendency is once you tell them don't do something, that's the thing they want to do. Tell them don't scratch. Then somebody do like this. Give me 5 push-ups. And every time you step away from what I'm telling you, you're going to get more push-ups. So, eventually, okay, shut it down. So, eventually, they do learn self-control. So on all levels, balance is important. It's important to know emotionally when it's okay to let your emotions show while they're standing still. And once I see that they got it and they're not moving for a minute, a whole minute, I step it up. And then I start to challenge them by walking in front of each student and doing funny things. And kids will laugh, like, no, straight face, control that. So they learn how to control their emotions in that way, extreme laughter, and I would tell them stories like, I'll give them scenarios. Suppose you and your friend walking down the street, and your friend trips, falls, and it falls in a really funny way, and if you don't have that self-control, you would just bust out laughing. But you have to learn how to control yourself. And, said, oh, first attend to your friend. Are you all right? You know, help you up. And then you do what? You know, in some situations, it's not okay to laugh. If somebody is walking down the street and runs into a pole, laughing is really rude, guys. Wouldn't you agree? So we learn how to control that type of emotion. It's also important to learn how to control the emotions that are more on the fearful side, that make us cry, that make us feel fearful, you know. And in the beginning, that is actually one of the first emotions that we kind of train children and adults how to control, is fear. Because this is a contact sport, yes, but it's also self-defense training, and it's a contact, you know, it's contact. So when you're first starting off, a lot of the students are not used to getting hit. You know, in your first fight, I remember my first fight with Professor Steve when I was having private lessons. And I would close my eyes, and you know, he got me out of that. You know, when I see something coming, I close my eyes and do like this. And he explained to me that that is human reflex. That is a denial response. The body is saying, by closing your eyes, it's like your mind is trying to shut it out, like this is not happening. But, like I teach my students, if you can't see it, you can't block it. So that's why you have to keep your eyes open. And it's better off when you have your eyes open to see where it's coming, how fast it's coming, so that you can block it effectively. But if your eyes are closed, you can't do that. You're just going to be down for the count or whatever. So fear is one of the first things we learn how to control. And so, all right, that's a bit about how you control the balance. How, you know, gain movement about how you can gain balance on different levels of being. There's also the mental. You know, when you hear about someone who's mentally imbalanced, you know, it could be a hormonal thing, and it could be just learned behavior. You know, but old habits die hard, so that's why we have to practice all the time. If I'm not used to standing on one foot, the more I do it, the easier it becomes, and the more natural it becomes. So I'm going to call that a lesson for today. I thought I was going to do some more working out, but I think I've done enough for the first time back at my age, feeling the way I feel. And I'm not sure what that weight is, but I think mom was at 150 and the top was over 122, so that makes me 170 something. I don't know. Anyway, before I get in that pool, I'm going to work on this. My six pack can become a cake. So I have to mold that back into shape. Before I'm going to watch the bikini. That's all I got. The bikinis getting up. Anyway, too much information. Thank you for joining me. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Post a comment below. Maybe I'll do some more lessons if you'd like me to do that. Well, I don't know. I think that's just going to happen anyway by myself. So, or you know, if you want to work out with me and follow along, that would be great. You just let me know. Post a comment in the comment box below. Subscribe to the channel, and see you next time. Bye. The people are gone, and I'm getting ready to leave too. But I just wanted to finish off what I was expressing about balance. And I think what I started to say in the grain of focus where I was heading was that when your balance is affected on one level of being, when your balance is off physically, well, speaking for myself, can't generalize for everybody and speak for everybody, but speaking for myself, I know that when my balance is off, I mean really wacky, like how it is with my left leg, that my balance is likely to be off on another level of my own being. If my balance is off, for instance, with the kicks, or, you know, even walk in a straight line, or if I'm tripping on something and, you know, do too much stumbling, can't recover quick enough, then I know that something is going on another level of my being. Something is going on with me spiritually. You know, it may be that I'm not exercising my faith to the full extent, or it might be that I'm having an issue liking somebody that I know I should love, because God is love. And if I'm a child of God, I have to, you know, if I am made in His image and likeness, and God is love, then that's what I have to be. Even though I'm human, I have a choice. And my choice is to love everybody. Sometimes, though, as human beings, my choice is I could continue not to like this person because they did this, that, and the other to me, you know. Or, you know, my balance could be off on a mental level. You know, I can't focus on something, or I'm focusing on the wrong things, which takes me in the wrong direction and does not have good results. Instead of focusing on things that will benefit me, you know, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. I think I'm gonna cut that part out. But anyway, yeah, so, the people here I don't think they really care what I do, but I'm just being self-conscious, you know, being who I am, where I am, and why I'm here, you know. That's me. I have to get over myself, and, you know, that's me. I have to get over that, and it will happen. This too shall pass. It's going to take time. Like my meltdown yesterday, I stood there and I had to breathe it out. You know, it was going so, I was in such a meltdown. I couldn't stop. The tears was like when I was on the plane and the plane took off and I felt the wheels get off the ground and the plane ascending into the heavens to bring me to this strange new world. You know, the tears just, I couldn't stop them. All I could do was just cry quietly and let them fall until they stopped. You know, but, you know, my normal thing, I don't know if you've noticed that when I go off in an emotional tangent, some of my friends know, if I breathe it out, I can recover, you know, recover focus, recover control of myself, you know. I just, yeah, and it brings up the cheek like that. And it just brings me back into focus, you know, I find myself doing that a lot with people who are difficult to deal with. Emotional vampires, or just vampires, people who, you know, want to mess with you, to mess your day up because their day is messed up, you know. Okay, a good example of self-control and the balance of self-control on a mundane level just occurred a little while ago with that lady who was trying to tell me, retired gymnast and a martial artist of 30 years, how to stretch and how dangerous a stretch is, and you know, be careful with it. Now, I do know, and she's right, but if you notice my response, I'm telling you, I have mental Tourette's. You know, it's just that it's under control, because some of the things that go through my mind to say or do, and I suck it up and control that, you know. Like what I said after the outburst I had after she left, I wanted to have it right there when she was standing right in front of me, but I controlled it. You know, I'm not here to make enemies. If I would have just let it go, let it go, what kind of impression would I have made on her? A first impression would I have made on her? You know, would she likely see me the next day and say, oh, that's a nice lady, you know, to be friends with? Or would she say something else based on the response that I wanted to give? So, you know, we have a choice. How you deliver yourself to others is how they're going to receive you. Maya Angelou said, if someone shows you who they are, believe them. And by my suppressing or controlling myself, I'm not being somebody else because the thought was still there and it still came out. But there is a time for everything. And so, self-control is very important. Yeah, to be able, the power of life and death is in the tongue. Believe it. So, controlling what you say out your mouth can be really difficult. Keeping it inside until you could let it out like I did when she left, or maybe tell your friends or your family about the incident later on is okay. But sometimes, when your boss tells you, go get him some coffee, and you having your own mental Tourette's thinking to yourself, you crazy? What do I look like? This is not what I signed up for. But instead, you say, do you want cream of sugar in yours? You have to, it's just a way of living. I think I'm making this video too long, and a lot of the stuff that I'm saying is getting cut out because I said I wasn't going to be talky, but it's just what I do. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Bye. Okay, finally, and I really mean it this time. I feel like a preacher here. You know how they always say, finally, as I come to a close, about 5 times before they actually close. Anyway, all that stuff that I was saying about balance, on my way back to the house from the gym, I was examining myself, just assimilating. My question to myself was, well, what areas of my life, what levels of existence are affected? Okay. Examine myself. I had to ask myself, well, if my physical balance, my left on the left side is off and I'm not able to control it like I think I should be able to, what other levels of my existence are off that I think I should have a little more control over? Because like I said, at the gym, when your balance is off on one level, it's likely that it's also off on other levels of being. So after some introspect and assimilating the events that happened so swiftly over the past 30 days or so, going from working and happy to the next day being terminated because of my ocular condition, and then the next week, here I am in a whole nother state, a whole new world. And I realized that all of my other levels of existence are affected as far as how I feel my balance should be, in terms of my ability to control them a little better. Like, okay, for instance, obviously I'm having a problem on the left side, holding my balance like I feel like I should be able to. That's a control thing. And as I practice on a physical level, I will regain the level of control
that I feel I need to be at, and probably go beyond that with practice. And the same can be said on other levels of my existence. Now, during my introspective moment walking here, I came to realize that my balance is affected on a spiritual level right now. It's a little off because I went from less than a month ago being happy, serving in the ministry, you know, and that was a major part of my life in New York. I lived to go to church. I loved the fellowship. I loved what I did in service to the ministry. And I went from that to being here live streaming as my only resort to my spiritual feeding. So far away from any other ministries that would suit me, hours away. You know, I can't even go down the mountain and take a 15-minute walk. There's no churches around in this area. So, you know, on a spiritual level, I also kind of like asking, you know, I don't like asking God, why me? You know, I just want him to use me. But on a spiritual level, my balance is a little off because I don't know what the plan is. You know, it's just like God is up there. Oh, God is in my life. You know, like, okay, now we're going to do this, that, and the other, and see how she'll handle it. Or, you know, and just chaos has been the word of the day for me for like almost a month. But it hasn't been chaos. You know, everything's organized. Everything went smoothly. It's just, I can't wrap myself around what's going on. I don't know why God moved me here. And, you know, it's not just me, but quite a few other people feel like, you know, this was ordained by God and this was meant to happen and God has a plan for me here. But, you know, there's the imbalance in me thinking like, what's the plan? You know, he won't tell me. It just has to unfold for me. So I have to practice my faith that God's got me. God is in control. Not me this time. On a spiritual level, God is in control. So it's my balance is also off on an emotional level. For instance, like I shared with you while I was at the gym, I had that sudden meltdown yesterday that was uncontrollable, you know, and you have to be able to control your emotions, like I stressed to you. I just let the tears fall because I couldn't stop it, and then when I felt like enough was out, I breathed it out, you know, got myself under control, and I've had more meltdowns in the past month than I have had in the past decade. Yeah. So emotionally, I could practice. I need to practice on getting a grip on my emotions again, so that I can have the level of control that I feel comfortable, that I feel that I should have. And then finally, I know that I don't want to say my mental balance is off, but you know, I have my mind on so many different things that I need to do. Establishing identity here in this new world, you know, business type things that I need to take care of for myself on a personal level, with my medical condition, my ocular condition, you know, finding a job, all of the things that I want to do. And, you know, my mind, I guess you could kind of tell by the way I talk, how the way I relay a message. My mind works. My mind goes faster than my mouth does.
and things go through my mind to say, and sometimes, very often, I try to touch on it, and then get back to what I was talking about. But my mind goes so fast, faster than I can talk it out. So yeah, but my mind, I've had a lot of things going on mentally that I need to deal with, and I need to catch up in some kind of way, and I guess maybe organize even more. I'm still unpacking, and so things are a little still up in the air as I get settled, and like after the chaos, a storm leaves. When the dust settles, there's a calm, and when everything is cleared out, all of the debris from the chaos is cleared out. You have a whole new slate to work with. So that's what I need to accomplish. And I guess that's basically what I wanted to say. That I looked inside myself to find where my balance was off. And just to give you guys an example of how you might use introspect in that way. You'll try standing on one foot. I have a fun experiment I'm going to share with you that you could do at home at tomorrow's workout if I remember to do it. Check your balance. Can you stand on one foot? How long? How about the other one? Is one foot better than the other? And if you can't do it to your satisfaction, examine yourself. Is everything okay with you spiritually? Is everything okay with you emotionally or mentally? You don't have to, tell a whole lot of people that your world is out of balance. You examine yourself and see what you can do to bring things back into balance so that you can continue to live a harmonious existence, I guess. I don't know. Okay? So that's it. For real. I'll see you next time.